Implementing TCS on receipt sale in Busy. In this presentation, we'll discuss that how we can implement TCS on receipts or sale in Busy. TCS is tax collected at source. TCS is a tax payable by a seller which he collects from the buyer at the time of sale. From 1st October 2020, there are certain new rules applicable for TCS. Under these rules, a seller selling any commodity to a party requires to collect TCS at the rate of 0.075% if the buyer is having a PAN number and at the rate of 1% if the buyer is not having a PAN number. This is again based on two conditions. First is that the gross receipts or the net sales of the current financial year exceeds 50 lakh rupees and the turnover of the seller in the previous financial year has exceeded 10 crore rupees. When both these conditions will be fulfilled, then the seller is required to collect TCS from the buyer at the rate of 0.075% in case of PAN and at the rate of 1% in case buyer does not have a PAN number. Also, please note that the applicability of the TCS is based on the PAN of the buyer. For a party having multiple branches with same PAN, that means a party having multiple branches but the PAN number of all the branches is same, then the consolidated net sales gross receipt for all the branches will be considered. That is, a single PAN that it belongs to multiple parties, consolidated net sales will be considered for that PAN number. Now we will discuss the steps involved in implementing TCS in Busy. There are 4 steps. Step 1, enable and configure TCS. Step 2, configure master. Step 3, enter sale receipt voucher and apply TCS. And step 4, enter journal payment voucher for TCS reversal or payment. So our first step is enable and configure TCS. For this, we'll go to administration, configuration, features option, TDS TCS tab. Enable the TCS reporting option, then specify the details of the company like company address, PAN and all such details. Click the amount round off options button to specify the rounding off options. Here we are setting the rounding off to automatic. Next, click the responsible person detail button to specify the details of the person who is responsible for collecting tax from the buyer and depositing it to the government. Specify detail of that person and click OK button to save this configuration. Now we'll discuss our step 2, configuring masters. We'll configure certain master. First of all, we are going to our account master. We are opening an account master TCS tax collected at source in modify mode. In this account, you can see it's created under the group duties and taxes and its tax type is TCS. This account gets created by default at the time of company creation and you are not required to create this account. However, we have shown this configuration in case you want to create a TCS account. Then you can specify its group as duties and taxes and type as TCS. Next is our bill sundry master. We are creating a new bill sundry master for TCS. Specify its name is TCS. Our accounting and sale group will specify no in the adjust in sale amount and in the account head to post will select the TCS tax collected at source account. This bill sundry will be charged on net bill amount and here also will enable the rounding off and will set it to the automatic option because we have enabled automatic option under configuration features options TDS TCS tab also. So here we'll also specify the rounding off option as automatic. Now we'll discuss our step 3, that is enter sale receipt voucher and apply TCS. Here one thing we want to clarify is that you should follow the practice of either entering the sales voucher or the receipt voucher. It is convenient to enter a sales voucher and apply TCS, so we recommend that you enter sales voucher and apply TCS. However, you can select a receipt voucher also and apply TCS but in any case you should follow practice of applying TCS in one voucher, either in sales or in receipt. So here we are discussing both the vouchers, starting with the sales voucher. We're going to transactions, sales, add options, specifying header related details. Select the party. Here we are selecting the party as AB Traders Delhi. Now we'll open this party in modify mode and you can see its PAN number is specified. This means that TCS at the rate of 0.075% will be charged. Also, there is one more reason for showing the PAN number. We'll discuss it later. Now coming back to the voucher, here you can see just below the party name, party's current balance, net sales, gross receipts are shown for your reference. You can check the net sales and gross receipt from here and decide yourself that whether you have to apply TCS in the voucher or not. Next, we are specifying the item related details. We are applying the bill sundries. Here we have applied the CGST and SGST bill sundry, and we have not applied the TCS bill sundry. Busy has also not shown any message for applying TCS bill sundry. This is because the net sales or the gross receipts have not crossed the 50 lakh mark. So here net sales are below 50 lakh. So Busy has not shown any message, and that's why we have also not applied TCS bill sundry in this voucher. Next, we are entering one more sales voucher. Here we are selecting the party as AB Traders Maharashtra. That means the party is same. This is the Maharashtra branch. We are opening this party in modify mode. You can see the PAN number is specified and the same PAN number is specified that has been specified with the party AB Traders Delhi. Both the parties are having same PAN number. So collective or consolidated net sales will be considered for both these parties. Now coming back to the voucher, you can say it's net sales. So this net sales is inclusive of the net sales of AB Traders Delhi party also. Next, specify the item related details. Specify the GST bill sundry. Now BC has shown the message that net sales or the gross receipt for this particular PAN number has exceeded 50 lakh rupees. Do you want to charge TCS bill sundry? Yes, of course we want to charge. So we are applying TCS bill sundry at the rate of 0.075% as the PAN number is specified with the party. You can see the TCS amount as 885. Now the TCS detail window is appearing, in which TCS applicability is yes. Specify the TCS category code, subcode, and here we are creating the reference number 1 for this transaction, which is showing the item amount, TCS percentage, TCS rate that is 0.075 and TCS amount as 885 rupees. Now we will discuss that how we can apply TCS in the receipt voucher. For this we are going to receipt add option. Here we are crediting the AB Traders Delhi party, then we are crediting the TCS account, and then we are debiting the bank account. On clicking the save button, a TCS detail window is appearing. Here again TCS applicable yes. We are specifying the TCS category code, subcategory code, and we are creating a reference for this particular receipt transaction also. Here it's showing the TCS rate and the TCS amount. We have created reference for sales voucher also and for receipt voucher also. Now we'll discuss the step 4, that is entering of journal or payment voucher for TCS reversal or TCS payment. First of all, we'll start with the entry of TCS reversal. In case the goods have been returned or there is a sale return in your company and the bill in which TCS has been charged, so you need to make an entry for TCS reversal. For this we are using the journal voucher. We are going to journal add option. Here we are debiting the sales account, then we are debiting the CGST output account, then SGST output account, as both these accounts were used in the transaction. Then we are debiting the TCS account by 885 rupees. This reversal entry we are entering for the second sales voucher we have entered for the party AB Traders Maharashtra. If you remember, the TCS amount in that voucher was 885 rupees. Next, here we are crediting the AB Traders Maharashtra party, and on clicking the save button, a TCS reversal window is appearing. Here it's showing the reference number 1. This is the same reference we have created in the sales voucher we have entered for AB Traders Maharashtra party. So we are selecting this reference. That means we are making a TCS reversal entry against this particular reference. So this is the case of TCS reversal, that is you can enter a TCS reversal entry with the help of a journal voucher. Next we are entering a payment voucher for the payment of TCS made to the government, that is you have deposited TCS to the government. Going to payment add option. Here we are debiting the TCS account and we are crediting the bank account. On clicking the save button, an adjust TCS reference window is appearing. Here it's showing the reference number. This is the same reference we have created in the receipt voucher for the party AB Traders Delhi. We are selecting this reference, that is we have deposited the TCS against this particular reference. Specify the quarter for which payment is made. Specify interest amount if any, penalty amount if any, date on which tax is deposited, challan number, check number, and then bank where tax is deposited. This bank could be different from the bank you have specified in the payment voucher. Also, one more thing to note here is that the BSR code of the bank could be specified in the alias field of the account master. It simply implies that when you are creating a bank account master, that is an account master in which the group is bank, whatever you will specify in the LIS field, it will be treated as the PSR code of the bank. Click Save button to save this payment transaction. So this is all we have to discuss in this presentation, that is how you can enable and configure TCS, create certain masters required for TCS, then entering transactions, sale transaction, receipt transaction, payment voucher for the TCS deposit to the account, or in case there is a TCS reversal entry, then you can enter it through journal voucher. After going through this presentation, you would be able to easily implement TCS in Busy. Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel.